What's up? Bob here. Welcome. Let's get right into it. It's been an interesting week. I had been doing some reading about TWEED DELUXE users and was doing some research on how the majority of those people ran their TWEED DELUXEs. I'm not gonna lie, I seen this G.E. Smith rig rundown, and he was using some TWEED DELUXEs, and I had heard a few comments about TWEED DELUXE amps from some other people. Lukather, Larry Carlton, on and on, everybody out at Steely Dan camp. And one of the things that I kept hearing people say repeatedly was that they ran the amp at around 3 on the volume. And I was like, whoa, that's weird, because, you know, I think when a lot of people think TWEED DELUXE, they're thinking Neil Young. You know, so that's like a on 10 kind of sound. Now that said, Neil has some devices on his Deluxes that actually turn those amps up and down. And that's how he achieves a dirty sound, clean sound, dirty sound, clean sound. But I was thinking that I wanted to kind of explore this notion, and I busted out the old TWEED DELUXE. I'm playing it on 3. It's sounding amazing. I mean, super amazing. When all of a sudden the amp goes down. Now, these type of things happen with old tube amps, and especially with ones that have the original tubes. Now, when the amp went down, the first thing that I discovered was bad was the rectifier tube here. This is a 5Y3. The white GE kind of font. And you probably won't be able to see this, but I'm going to turn it anyway and see if I can get you to see this. Oh, man. Anyhow. On the side of this tube, it says 56-22. That's 1956, 22nd week. And then it says 188-21. That means that that's GE's code right there, the 188, and the -21 means that it was made in New York. If it's like -5, it's made in Owensboro, Kentucky. I know that because I'm in Kentucky, not in Owensboro. Not that there's anything wrong with Owensboro, but hear that little rattling noise? Yeah, rectifier tube went. Then I put a new rectifier in it, and the amp immediately got dirty, very, very dirty, and I realized that one of the power tubes was smoked. This one. Also, 56-22. Needless to say, these 2 tubes are original to the amp. They're 62 years old. 62. People love to talk about the unreliability of tube amps. And the whole tube set in that amp has been in there since 1956. 62 years. And they're just now starting to go. As a matter of fact, I pulled out a matched set of tongue soles, a new old stock set of Sylvanias, and I tried them. They sounded okay. The tongue soles sounded just okay. The Sylvania sounded great, but brought some more high end, which I really wasn't looking for. And what I ended up doing was keeping the other good original 6v6 tube in there, and then putting it with a new old stock Sylvania that I had no matching tube for. So it's running it's rolling dirty with a mismatched set of tubes. But I really don't care about the matched tube thing or any. I always go by the ear. I've had plenty of sets of matched tubes and kind of A-beat them with other tubes, and they actually rarely ever went out in a straight up A-B test. I don't put too much stock in all the mojo of matching tubes and doing this and doing that. I just basically believe that old tubes were made a little bit better. Was the height of the tube technology after all. And generally, when you test them versus new ones, they do sound a bit better. I can't always get old tubes, so I do use new tubes sometimes. My favorite new tubes are JJ's. So, sorry for the long explanation. I smoked the Deluxe, and I got some different tubes in there, and it sounds great. I'm gonna plug that in and let you hear it in a moment. But first, can we talk vinyl? Just for a second. I mean, I'm not gonna get crazy here. Just for a second. Come on now. I didn't get that many records, but I did get some good stuff. Boom. Blue Oyster Cult's Spectres. This has Godzilla on it, if you didn't know, which is one of the coolest Blue Oyster Cult songs. As you can see, this particular album is in Mac Daddy condition. It is beautiful. It was in the shrink when I got it, but I removed the shrink. I don't like it having it on there. It can warp the record. Anyway, next up, bam, Frank Zappa, Apostrophe. Now you might be thinking, Bob, you already bought Apostrophe. Yes, but this is an upgrade copy. Hold that tiger. Here was my previous copy, and here's this one. Uh-oh. See that? This one's got ring wear from hell, and this one is clean and nice. Yes, this is the way I like to get them. Yes, Frank Zappa's Apostrophe. That's a great record. Really smoking album. Next. The Grateful Dead, Blues for Allah. This has Franklin's Tower and Help on the Way, among other awesome Grateful Dead songs. A lot of people, and you hear this thing, it's all about the live recordings, and it is. But don't disregard the studio work. It's really good, especially if you already know all the songs. Then you'll really like the studio albums because it's just like hearing another version of all the songs that you already like. So, great record, excellent condition. The Grateful Dead has the most boss artwork of possibly any band. It's just how it is, folks. Moving right along to something kind of odd. Let's go with this. This is a Rancid album. That's right, folks. I get down with that kind of punk rock stuff. This is a 10-inch. Very Rancid-esque. This is Let's Go, Salvation, Vigilante Sidekick, Radio Nihilism. Oh, yeah. Tenderloin. It's got all this stuff on it. This is a badass record. I also really like Out Come the Wolves. I like all the Rancid records that are early. This was on 2 white 10-inch vinyl records. I have not procured a proper 10-inch plastic sleeve yet, so it's just hanging out in this big one, but I plan on it very soon. Rancid. Let's go. Next. Bam! Original first pressing Tom Waits Rain Dogs. You better recognize. Okay. Yeah, this is an awesome, awesome record. Yep, first press. You know, Rain Dogs, blah, blah, blah. Everything, you know. If you don't know this record, you should know this record. If you don't know Tom Waits, you should know Tom Waits. Get this record. It's a bit. There's, I believe. Sorry about that. I believe they are reissuing the whole catalog, the whole Waits catalog, on vinyl. And from what I understand, they all sound very good and are much more reasonable than this mint condition first pressing of Rain Dogs. You can get it probably for about $20-something. Last but not least, this is the most inexpensive record I bought this week. Aha. Hunting High and Low. Guess what's on here? You guessed it, folks. Take On Me. You gotta have it. This is a clean copy, I thought. And, you know, Take On Me is a classic tune that, you know, any self-respecting product of the 80s has to have in their collection. So, I got it in my collection. Yeah, so that wraps up the vinyl records portion of the video. Please like, subscribe, tell a friend, leave a comment down below. I got some really spectacular stuff coming up. Don't stop watching because the best is yet to come, and I mean that honestly. So, yeah, I'm going to go in here and play this deluxe. Might do rehearsal. No telling what else I will include this week. Yeah. Thanks for watching. Bob out.
Bye.